Okay, today we're going to have a look at the mini metro level of San Francisco and the achievement that comes along with this one called Don't Have a Cowman, where you've got to get, just make it to 9 weeks basically. Alright, so basically the layout of this will just speed things up there. Is your squares are going to arrive on this island here. We're going to have a couple of uniques but not a lot of stations up here. And then the majority of our stations will end up over here. So the real trick of this one is the fact that you've got to get all your squares back to this point. So what we're going to try and do is have the majority of our lines coming back to this square. We'll probably have our yellow line just do a circuit over here to take out the majority of the stations here. We'll have one single line that'll go up to take care of the ones up there. And maybe we don't really want to spend any of our money on more tunnels, so we'll make 3 of our lines come back to the square, and then you just have one line over there that takes care of all the real outlier stations, just to clean it up a bit before the other lines who are going to have long journeys back to the square have to make them. Now luckily the square's in a pretty good position there. It's pretty close to the edge, so it's not the longest trip that these guys are having to make. Generally I like to get as many train lines as possible quickly, and then we'll worry about getting our carriages and shoring up our train lines. Alright, we'll just give them that triangle as well, because there's no guarantee that a triangle will show up at the top here. Oh, actually we might make their trick a little bit shorter by going to that one. Okay, we'll make another one this way and we'll just get them to share a triangle at the moment. What we're going to do is just add him in there just so that they're not having to do 3 circles in a row. It's really what's going to kill you is if we've got too many circles or too many triangles in a row, and they can't drop off their extremely common passengers. So we'll just clear that guy off that triangle since he's got his own now. And we'll give that to green for now. Generally my suggestion with your unique stations is you want them as close to your main station as possible. So in this particular one, this square is our main station. So anyone other line who has a pentagon is going to be dropping it off at a square here, and so if the green train only has to take that to his very first stop and isn't just going to be full all the way to say the end of their line, it's going to make them a fair bit more efficient. Okay, so we won't need really chuck our last line in just yet. We'll wait for a few more stations to sort of come in this outlier part. And I'll just give that second train just to yellow at the moment because it's getting a little bit overwhelmed, and we're better off having 2 trains on that than just that extra line at the back just yet. But what is good is that now we've got as many lines as it'll let us have, we can focus on just bringing in carriages from here. Okay, now this line is ending with 3 circles, which is definitely not ideal. So once we hit the next week and we've got another locomotive, we'll just clean up a few of these back end stations. Okay, so we'll take those ones and that one. Actually, we might give him that one. Okay, it's a great spot for a triangle there. We'll give it to both green and red, because what it does is it means that with both these trains, if he's picking up any triangles going this way, then they can drop it at the end, and then they don't have to bring it they don't have to make the return trip and drop it off here. Okay, so we'll give the second train to grey for now, just to keep it clean, because it does seem like it's the one that could run away from us. And we'll give the extra carriage to, we'll just go green for now, but we can always move that if it seems like someone else needs it more. Now we do have 3 in a row there, which isn't ideal, but because there is a triangle at either end, that means he can take passengers both to and fro there, and it should be okay. So you can see he can clear out all the triangles going that way, and then he can clear out the squares going the other way. Good spot for a triangle down there. It definitely breaks up our circles and squares. Okay, so another carriage. Now this line is getting a little bit dodgy. I'll give that to our orange friend. He doesn't have the longest journey, but there's a lot of those uniques that's backing that up that are actually on his line. And we might give the second train to red. Blue is getting a fair bit dumped on him by grey, but he has only got 4 stations that he has to go to, so hopefully he can keep on top of it, but if not, we'll because it does seem like they're both dumping stuff off to each other at the moment. I'll just grab that guy and just clean up blue a bit. A terrible top end that we've got there for this guy. Just pause for a second there. We'll give that to blue, and we'll give the train to green. Now the problem we have at the top here is you can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stations, 6 stations without a triangle. So if this guy's getting triangles or squares, he can't really do anything with them until he gets down this end. So it's a very terrible layout that guy's dealing with. We're going to need to give red some help very soon. Might just grab him for a moment, just chuck him there. Just jump ahead our buddy there, or maybe he won't move. Just keep on top of them. Just no harm in just pausing for a little while just to make sure you're balancing all your stations and you're not going to run out. So we'll just shift him. Sometimes all you got to do is just a juggling act just to make sure that you're not going to crash out by the time before you get your next weekend. That'll hopefully give you another carriage or another train. So just grab that guy. So what they'll do if you move a train is he'll just offload onto everything that he had on that next station that he reaches. So as long as that station isn't overly packed already, he can continue to move. So we'll just shift him back there. We'll jump green over here. It's another station in that awful row we've got in that. We'll move him to there. Looks like this one should sink us. So, oh, there we go, week 9. So we made it, just. But you can see it is very much a balancing act there. You just got to shuffle your train stations and your trains around and just hope you make it. It's a nice number of passengers to finish on there. Yeah, any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. Definitely not the cleanest way to get that done, but yeah, whatever works, right? Till next time, I'll catch you later.